So in this short video, I wanted to go over Performance Planner feature in Google Ads, how you can use it to forecast the results, get an estimation of how change in your budget, in your ad spend might affect your performance. And if you're managing Google Ads for your client, you can reflect this forecast for your client as well. Previously, before this feature, the option that we had was within Keywords Planner. When we were conducting a keyword research, we were presented with a forecast window. And in that window, let me show you, for example, how it looks like so you can get a proper idea. So let's say discover keywords. We will go with engagement rings. Just a quick example, gemstone jewelry. And let's add few of these keywords. We're doing a speed run here. Add keywords to create a plan. Now let's go to Forecast tab. Let's go with all saved keywords. And you can see here already that, first of all, we need to select proper location and language, maximize conversions. First of all, we'd like to start with manual CPC since we don't have conversion data. Match tab should be phrase or even exact match. Let's go with exact match. We don't want search partners. Perfect. Let's open this up. Okay. So this is the default forecast option we had in Keyword Planner. And you can see here that we can play around with the amount of clicks, how many clicks we'll be getting depending cost per click. So we can play around and based on that, set a proper expectations. Okay, so we're going to spend about $8,000 a month. We're going to get about 7,000 clicks, and this will generate 269 conversions based on this conversion rate, 4%, which we either enter manually or the platform takes it from our historical campaign performance. That's what we had. Okay, so far so good. Now let's go back to Performance Planner, and we will see how different this is. So first of all, I need to create a plan to present to the client or to myself how the changes might affect our performance. So let's select for the next month. Let's choose Performance Max. That's the only campaign that is available for us to work with. In the key metric, we can focus either on volume or the value from the conversions. If you're working with lead generation, maybe you want to go with the volume with the conversions. If you have an e-commerce store, maybe you want conversion value, which is more important to you since you have products that are $10 and $1,000 and it's not the same. So we need to take the value of the products into account here. Then you can select the main goal for your plan. And in case of e-commerce, it has to be the bottom line result, which is the purchase. Let's click apply. And we can also set target ROAS if we would like to. Here we select conversion value spend and enter the desired number. Let's just say 350%. Then we select the campaign that is available for us and click on create. Okay. So now I'm going to cover all the things that you see here, so don't get confused. I'll make sure to explain everything. And of course, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. So we're trying to get some kind of estimation of how the changes will affect the performance. So first of all, let's look at the top one. We have the campaign selected. We have the forecast period, the period that the changes are going to go into effect. Key metric and target. So here we have conversion value spend of 11. That's pretty high. Conversion value, we wanted 3.5. So let's put 4, for example. Let's click on apply. Conversion goal, very important, the bottom line action that we want the users to make, the purchase. And now let's explore the forecast. So initially it says that with a budget of $1,200, we can get almost 5,000 conversion value. So it's about 4 ROAS, right? And in this graph, we can see the gray one is the existing settings and the blue one is the expected settings. At the bottom here, we can see the actual numbers in terms of a spend. So this is the spend. This is the value we will get from this spend, the ROAS, and the estimated conversion rate, which is very high above the average here. Let's click on it here and see where it takes it from. So it takes it based on our previous historical data, and then it shows us the forecasted version. If we want, we can look at the historical data and select a specific date range, or we can even use a custom one. And let's say that we know that the average conversion rate on our website is 5%, and we can click apply, and then you will see the whole forecast changes all of a sudden. It's not 4, it's just 1 ROAS, so it's barely break even. So it really depends here. Let's keep the default option on. Now, here, this graph, we see the conversion values. So at the bottom, we have the spend, and by increasing the spend, we will get more results. So you can click anywhere here on the graph. Let's say you want to increase the spend to $3,000 a month. And when you click here, you can see that you will be getting $6,700 in value. What I recommend to do here is to look at the conversion value / spend, which is basically the ROAS. And this shows us very accurately that by increasing the budget, by scaling, the ROAS drops. And this is expected because you need to increase the bids to compete with other advertisers, and therefore the more market share you try to cover, the more challenging it becomes. So it is pretty normal that the ROAS will go down, but you need to understand for your business in terms of profit margin, what can you afford and what you cannot. Up until spend of $100, the ROAS can be about 8, but then it starts to drop, decline, and at the spend of $3,000, it's already 2, which is 4 times less. So you need to decide where is your break-even point. Let's say the business cannot afford anything below ROAS of 3 or 300. So let's identify this point. There it is. At the spend of $1,800 a month, that's the break-even point. So we cannot go below that. So we can try to come somewhere close here. And this will be our forecasted result. So basically, we're playing around with the budget and trying to understand where is our limit. Where is our limit in terms of how much market share can we cover? And then we can pull this information and present it to the client. Another thing here is a tab Compare Performance. And here you can see the difference. So the gray bar highlights the existing situation, and the blue one is the planned situation in case we increase. So you can see the spend will go way up, more than 2 times. But in terms of conversion value, we won't get as much. And in terms of ROAS, it will drop. Currently, it's 6.3. It will drop to 3.2. So we'll still be able to increase our results, but the profit margin will decrease accordingly. So it's a business decision to make, and you can either export this data or share it here with the top right corner options. You can click here, share, if you want to share it. And we selected only one campaign, but if you have multiple campaigns, you will be able to see here also the split by campaign and decide maybe not all of the campaigns are good to go. Also, we selected just Performance Max. And if you're aware, Performance Max are kind of not that stable type of campaigns. So what I would recommend is to make this forecast, first of all, with the fundamentals, which are the search campaigns and the shopping campaigns. Performance Max I wouldn't recommend using here because it's very volatile. Sometimes it can go after very warm audience, then it switches to cold audience. It's not that predictable. So in terms of this forecast, try it with search campaign, try it with Google Shopping campaign. I think that's the best way to do it. So that's it for this short video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thank you. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.